Yes, we're going to make pineapple beer because they close those damn bottle stores. So let me go through the ingredients here. Here we have 400 grams of sugar, 600 grams of pineapple, look nicely chopped up, and a packet of brewer's yeast. And we're going to use 3/4 of a loaf of bread. So you can take this piece and you can go and make a bunny chow. Thank God for that. So now we're going to go over to the water. We've got 7 liters of water in a nicely sanitized bucket. Now to make the pineapple beer, we're going to show you the sequence of putting everything in. So I'm going to use one of these bags from T's Bagging and put it inside the water so you can see. First ingredient I'm going to put in is the sugar. So let's just put the sugar in it. Boop. Fucking hell. Okay. And then I'm going to just give it a nice stir. Now, the reason we're putting sugar in is so that the yeast has something to eat. Next thing we're going to do is adding some bread. So I'm just going to take the bread, so it's 3/4 of a loaf, and I'm going to just chuck it in there. God, that looks so yummy. So now we're going to put in the pineapples. I'm just going to add it on top of the bread, the sugar, and the water. Oh man, this is going to be so amazing. I just want to drink it right now. I'm going to take my brewer's yeast. I already opened it because I knew I'd have a battle with it. And I'm going to sprinkle that over the top. The whole packet, just sprinkle it over the top. Maybe give it a little bit of a stir. I'm going to take the bag. These bags are really cool because you can tie them off on the top. I'm just going to take it around like that. Through. I'm going to tie it off, and then I'm going to put the whole bag inside of there. Place the lid on the top. Okay. Top tip, guys. If you're going to be making beer like this, do not put the fucking lid on. It will blow up. You need to get one of these. These are airlocks you can find at a brew shop. So what we want to do is I always carry sanitizer in a squirt bottle, and I sanitize everything. Like, you know, sanitize your hands. Sanitize everything, okay? And then what I do is I put some sanitizer in here. Ooh, bubbles. I fill it about halfway, not the best. Yeah, put the lid on like that, and then sanitize the bottom and stick it in the bucket. Stick it in the bucket, okay? This is now going to become pineapple beer. I'm gonna let it ferment out. I'm gonna get it right down so that all the sugars have been eaten. I'm gonna then cold crash it. I'm gonna take all the gunk out of this, and I'm gonna bottle it and see how clear a beer I can get. I'm also gonna add a little bit of sugar, and we're gonna carbonate it so we'll have a fizzy drink at the end of this. So I'm just taking it that extra step, extra level, just to try and make this the nicest beer I possibly can. So we're back for an update. I'm going to show you now the pineapple beer that we made a week ago. It's been in here for 7 days. Shouldn't be a problem. I didn't open it. There's nothing going in there. The bubbler was pretty active on day 1, 2, and 3. Started to slow down on day 4. A few bubbles on day 5, but now it's completely halted. We're going to open the bucket. You see, just open it very carefully. It smells like beer. It smells like pineapple. So I'm just going to take the bag. I'm going to start to wring it just slightly. I want to leave as much beer inside as I can. I'm going to lift this up. Okay, so here we've got our sample. I just wanted to show you, I put my hydrometer in there, and you can see that it's floating. I put enough of the pineapple beer in there to get a float. And if we look closely, you can see there that red line. That's where we want it to be, because if it's there, it means that the yeast has done its job and eaten all the sugars. So we've got all the alcohol that we can get out of those sugars. So that's just giving us proof that we've got all the sugars out there. So when I put some more sugar in the beer bottle to get the carbonation, I'm not going to have bottle bombs. I'm going to place the lid back on the top and make sure it's nice and secure. I'm going to make sure my bubbler still has liquid in it so nothing can get in and out. And I'm going to put it in the fridge for about a day. I want it to get nice and cold. The chill is going to allow for a lot of the sediments in the beer to settle down to the bottom. And then when I do bottle, I'll have less sediments in the beer and it'll be a more drinkable beer. Now it's time to bottle our beers. So what I did in the meantime is I took all the beer and I transferred it over to my bottling bucket. I added 30 grams of dextrose sugar. You can find dextrose sugar at your local homebrew store. What that does is the leftover yeast that's in the beer is going to eat those sugars and is going to carbonate your beer and give you a nice fizzy drink. My bottling bucket has got a bottling wand on it. The wand does have a little valve in it, so when you push the bottle up, it will fill the bottle with beer, and then when you release, it will stop the flow of the beer coming out. So now we're going to put the caps on. Got this bench press capper, and then take it out, and there you can see we've got a nice cap in there. So there we go, bottled beer. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave it for 7 days at room temperature, about 20-22 degrees. Try it out. If it's not fizzy enough, I'll give it another 7 days. But once all the beers have been carbonated, what I'm going to do is put them in the fridge, chill them down, and then serve. And we'll have a nice carbonated, refreshing drink.